which is very important. It's not only toys for rich people, it's also driving the technology forward, and I think that's important.
Although
for
it
everyone.
helps to be rich for a $3 million car.
It helps, it's of course necessary, but in the beginning, all technologies are expensive.
Right.
And we should all be thankful that we have rich enthusiasts that want to share our passion and pay for this technology so that all of us can get use of it in the future.
Jim, what about you? How would you define your car and what sets it apart from everything, even the sort of one-off LaFerraris of the world that the major manufacturers have?
We're really at the total opposite end of the spectrum. We make sports cars. I mean, the car that you saw there with restricted horsepower, 440 horsepower, and 165 kilos of ballast, did a 633 at the Nürburgring. We build race cars, we race them, and then we make them road legal. Now, we are unique in one way. Due to the regime change that happened in the United States 2 years ago, when President Obama left and this other person came in, there was, the first thing he did was he fired everybody at the EPA in NHTSA, and there was no one there. And there's a magic rule in the United States that if you petition the government, they have 90 days by law to say yes, no, or do nothing. And if they do nothing, your submission is accepted. So we took the FAST Act and we submitted 8 cars, none of which existed. And we went to NHTSA and made a 350-page submission that I hand wrote and then we typed up. And against long odds, 90 days passed, they did nothing. And under US law, we were deemed approved, and we were the only low-volume NHTSA manufacturer in the world. And frankly, the only one there will ever be, because no one will ever buy one of your cars. It says, basically, this car can kill you, it will kill you. It can kill the passenger. If you don't put on a seatbelt and get a Darwin Award by an act of Congress, you can't sue us. So we're really a quite different company. We build race cars, we make them road legal, and we drive them. You know, there are a lot of cars you see in this building. I'd be willing to bet that we are the only car on the stand that drove from our factory down the West Side Highway in bumper to bumper traffic with the air conditioner on. And there's a picture, you can see it on the net, and we drove it in here. There was no truck. The guy said, "Where's your truck?" I said, "No, we're just driving in," and we got in line and drove it up here and drove it on the stand.
Mate, speaking of emissions and safety, you have the C2, which is your latest generation. Tell us about what electrification will mean to the idea of a supercar and a supercar experience, and if it's not that roar of the engine and that feel of the engine, and it's just pure speed, what will it be?
First, thanks Jim, really for a cool story. Really interesting to listen. So I started the whole thing because I didn't want to create just an electric version of a sports car just to make it electric, but actually to use the potential of electric powertrains, because I believe like it's difficult to get yourselves back in the mindset of 10 years ago when electric cars were considered dull and slow and ugly and something that you don't really want to have. So I was wondering why is that? Like, the electric motor is such a great machine, like why is nobody utilizing it to make the car fun and exciting and so on? So I started by doing this in my garage, building a E30 1984 BMW electric car, which I used to beat the crap out of gas-powered cars on racetracks, and broke 5 FIA Guinness World Records with that car. And then I wanted to design a car around the potential of electric powertrains, really fuse the packaging and everything. So the C2 is basically the embodiment of that, so where all of that is in one car, all of our experience, all of our know-how, and where we want to show what we as a company can do, but also what electric cars can do in general. And they can be better in almost anything than combustion engine cars. Of course, there are different preferences. You know, I'm a petrol head as well, so if I had a garage with 50 cars, probably 45 of them would not be electric.
Yeah.
because it's just I think when people think about electric cars today, they see that things have changed. There's performance coming and so on. But okay, noise. There is some noise. It's just different. And when you look at some supercars that are on the market, a lot of them are similar. Like rear engine, 8 cylinders, 12 cylinders, rear-wheel drive, 6 speeds or 7 speeds. I mean, they have differentiations. But then when you come into something that has 4 motors and 1,900 horsepower, it's so different, and it gives you such a different experience that the one thing you might miss, the roar of a V12 or a V8, whatever, you get compensated for a lot of different aspects. And that's what we want to show, like really that you can give advantages that are very different that you can do things that are not possible with traditional car cars.
And when we talk about experience of driving, and the idea that so many cars today have become computers, and the technology is so good and the engineering is so good that you're basically removed from the process of driving. What I love about BAC is that it kind of seems to bring that back, doesn't it? That connection with driving in the road.
Absolutely. We have one focus, and that is the driving experience, and to maximise that driving experience, whether that's on the road or whether that's on the track. And that's why the car only has one seat, because race cars have evolved over 60, 70, 80 years. The engine's been in the front, the engine's been in the back, there've been 2 seats. And look at where every Indy car is, where Formula 1 car is, and where Formula cars are, and they are like that as a vehicle architecture for a very good reason, because it's the best. And if your focus is on being the best, then you have to use the best architecture, you have to work with the best suppliers, the best employees, and also the best partners, which is why we're thoroughly excited about our new relationship with Brian Miller and great team here at Manhattan Motor Cars. It's an absolute pleasure for us to be here and share the stage with these guys. But as far as the driving experience is concerned, we sell dreams, and you can dream about being Bobby Ray, Harlow, or whoever your favourite race car driver is, Formula 1 or anything, and you can own that dream.
I know when we look at these cars that are $2 million, $3 million, we all wonder who is buying these cars, especially given that cars like the Jesko sold out in 5 days within the launch. So Haldura, who are the customers, not by name, but who are the customers buying the Jesko, and what countries are they from? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they more inherited wealth? And what is the typical age of a Jesko buyer?
We sell all over the world, and our customers, they vary in age. They're from 20 and up. But I would say that a vast majority of our customers are entrepreneurs, and their big portion are self-made, that love that we as the underdog can come and show the established brands that we can do something different, and that with a small, passionate team, we can actually